Hi Aries, welcome to Sophquest. I'm Spence. Well, today I'm going to do a weekly reading for you guys. We are in Mercury Retrograde. Yes, we are. Woohoo! This is a weekly reading for September 27th through October 3rd. We did have the autumnal equinox on the 22nd and we moved into Libra season. So this week we start the retrograde. Now the pre-shadow sort of prepared us, and any ground that's been covered in the last week to 10 days is going to be covered through Mercury retrograde as it goes forward and then moves back over the same degree points. So we are in Libra season, so that is a house about partnerships and balance and fairness and all that good stuff. And the Mercury retrograde is going to be in Libra, so it's about communication and talking things out in relationships, so that's good. Now, right now I'm shuffling for you the Spirit Messages Daily Guidance Oracles by John Holland. I'm going to use that today. And the Light Seers Tarot by Chris Ann. And I'm going to pull the 9-card spread for you there. I'm going to pull 3 of these and let's get started. All right. How are you, Aries? Leave me a comment. Introduce yourself. How you doing? Mercury retrograde always makes people go, but I honestly think it's a great time for revision, for thinking about things. It's very internalized, but it can make outward speech and thinking a little bit jarbled and bungled, like me, like right now, not being able to find a word. That's Mercury retrograde for you. Okay, got your 3 cards out. That's beautiful. All right, now I'm going to lay your 9 cards. So while I do, will you please settle in with me, Aries, and take your 3 deep cleansing breaths to bring down the cortisol, to get into synergy with the reading, and then take what resonates for you and leave the rest. And if you're not finding what you are looking for in this reading, you can check your sun, your moon, and your rising, and your Venus in my weekly readings playlist. And if you click on that little eye up there in the corner, then you can pull that down and find my weekly readings playlist, okay? Also at the end of the video, you'll see pop-ups, and you can find the entire playlist for Aries if you want to go back and look at a few weeks. That's up to you. All right, first card flipped over. I'm ready to cut the deck and go. Take some deep breaths for you. Let's see what we see today, Aries. The cards we have, and I am going to show you each card, but I'm going to read them first to you. We have Breathe, Soul Power, and New Beginnings. Love that. All right, Aries, Libra for you is your 7th house of partnerships. So this could be the retrograde about going over things in your partnerships, talking. It could be any relationships, really, people you're very close to and partner with through life, so people you live with very often. And then we do have a square with Pluto, and that's kind of a power struggle, right? That is going to be in your 10th house of career, so, you know, be careful with Mercury retrograde about your speech with bosses, any authority figures, right? You want to be careful with that. But there is a beautiful trine that I like with Jupiter in Aquarius that is in your 11th house of friends. That is where the luck, the expansion, the good fortune is going to come from for you. So enjoy your friends during this time and try not to get too bogged down in all the Mercury retrograde. You know, it does have a tendency to make some of our technology go a little haywire. So, you know, hey. All right. And lay your 3 bottom cards. All right, Aries, let's do this. All right. First, I'm going to show you the 3 oracles, and we'll see what we see from that, and then we're going to go to the bottom of the deck. Okay. I do see a message here about that. All right, here we go. Breathe, Soul Power, New Beginnings. Okay, so Breathe being your first card and your sort of oracle for the week, I mean, that really just does say to try to take your breaths, take your relaxation wherever you can get it. The breath is the vital bridge between the body and soul. It's the connection between the inside and outside, connecting you to the universe, spirit, and the divine source. So, the breath permeates your entire being with prana, which is the same life-giving force that nourishes everything in the universe. Isn't that the truth? Then we have soul power. Always remember that you're a soul that comes with a body, not a body that comes with a soul. Your soul is your true essence, and you have unlimited supply of soul power at your command whenever you need it. So breathe, and sort of dive down into your soul, right? In Mercury retrograde, thinking about things in your life. And then new beginnings. Everything in life is constantly vibrating and moving, and therefore continuously changing and evolving. Be aware that a new beginning is on the horizon. Have courage and faith, because right now life is trying to nudge you forward and move you in the right direction. I love that for you. I truly do. So you do have a beginning here, and I think, we're all working on these changes, and they've been taking all year, haven't they? To kind of get us to reassess everything and then restructure our lives to make the changes that we can to improve our lives. So that's big. On the bottom of the deck today, these 3 cards I think are important for you this week, Aries. We have the Devil, the King of Wands, and the 7 of Swords. I think the King of Wands in the center is you this week, Aries, in your yang energy, which is sort of the male energy. And it's about what we do. It's the external. So this is about taking action, being powerful, being courageous, being bold. But considering that it is surrounded with the Devil and 7 of Swords, this is kind of a heads up for you, right? I think just this week, Aries, it's probably about the Mercury retrograde in your relationship house, in your career, that's square to Pluto. And I think this is saying, try not to avoid anything, but also try not to get involved in anything that's going to get you upset. Because next to the Devil, 7 of Swords, this could really be difficult discussions where things aren't quite true. It could be a little aggressive. You don't want any of that to happen. So watch any aggressive tendencies, I would say, and just be wary. If you feel like something's strange, underhanded, untrustworthy, it might be Mercury retrograde and you may be misinterpreting it. So I think that that's kind of a heads up about that. Breathe, step into your soul, right? Understand this is a new beginning and allow for these adjustments without getting too sort of paranoid, I think, or worried that something might be happening. All right, let me look at the 9 here. I love this deck. It's really cool. Page of Pentacles, Lovers, Moon. 8 of Wands, 9 of Wands, 5 of Swords. Yeah, there's some argumentative energy I see here on the table today. 8 of Pentacles, Page of Cups, Wheel, especially if it has to do with work, right? Okay, so that's what I'm saying. Page of Pentacles is a message, and it can be about anything. You could be learning something. This could be the beginning of a new job, a message about a job, or starting a new relationship. And since I have the Lovers here, it probably has to do with being in relation with someone. It could be partner at work. And then with the Moon, though, there's something that's hidden under the surface you're not quite sure of. With the 7 of Swords, there may be a little bit of mistrust in the air. And the Devil as well. It's like, if any new venture, right, with the Page of Pentacles, because Pentacles is about earth, what we do, it's actuality, right, our day-to-day. If anything new that you're beginning doesn't quite feel right, and that you feel like there's something under the surface, something that is unseen that you can't quite figure out, especially if it has to do with any relationships at work, I would just be careful with that. I'd be careful what you say, be careful what might be going on under the surface, because like I said, with Mercury retrograde, misinterpretations are almost bound to happen. Mercury is the planet of communication. When it's in retrograde, things get flubbed up in our head, in our, the way we speak, miscommunications happen, texts get lost, emails get sent to the wrong people, right? Signing documents are going to come back for revision. So it's not the best time. Things might get a little, I don't know, just really, things might just get a little bit cloudy to you. Like you're just not sure. So if this is signing something, okay, if you're signing a roommate agreement, if you're signing a prenup, if you're signing, if you're buying a house together with someone, it's kind of saying, I would wait. That's what this is kind of saying. Okay, so then you have 8 of Wands, 9 of Wands. So communications can get defensive and an argument can happen. 5 of Swords, argument or silent treatment, right? These two cards together in any kind of communication is not a communication that feels good. So I would just be, I would be thoughtful, right? I would be thoughtful about any communication conversations that are going to happen this week, but I wouldn't, accuse anyone of anything or jump to any conclusions. I think that's the most important thing, Aries, because we have the work, then we have Page of Cups, Wheel of Fortune. So something good, a corner is going to be turned here soon, coming soon. So if there's miscommunications, an argument breaks out at work, or your boss gets ornery with you, or if this is in a personal relationship, it's definitely something that you don't necessarily want to avoid with the 7 of Swords. But it's also, in the 5 of Swords, like silent treatment, ghosting, you don't want to do that. But you also don't want to get into an argument that becomes a forest fire either, because I can see that you're in your strong energy right now, in the yang of your energy. So, spouting off could happen, right? Let's get down the vertical real quick. Page of Pentacles, 8 of Wands is a message coming in quickly, could be about work. So if this is, say you're at work and you're having to get into a meeting and the boss is ornery, or, this could be like a critique or an evaluation, something like that could happen at work. That's a potential. Then we have Lovers, so this could be about a relationship with anyone. 9 of Wands, somebody's feeling defensive, but Page of Cups. It's like just when you think this could not possibly go well, Page of Cups, when pigs fly. Can you see this card? So in other words, it can go well. It could eventually work out. So I would just try to give it time right now. I would just try to give it time and be really observant, because with the Moon, you're not sure what's going on. And the 5 of Swords, you may feel conflicted about it or argumentative with someone about it. Wait for the Wheel of Fortune. I'd say wait, give it some time. There's obviously some type of conflict here. You're not sure of what's going on, whether it's in a relationship, you're not sure what to say, you're not sure what to say. But with these 3 cards on the bottom of the deck, it is absolutely a heads up not to get into any kind of argument, because you might get really angry. And things get said when we get angry, and there is something very good coming here for you. So I would just be really patient right now, right? It's breathe. Step into your soul. Try to have some faith right now that your new beginning's happening. And even though the transition feels uncomfortable this week for whatever reason, obviously I think the reason is that square with Pluto. Remember, Pluto's about power play, power struggle. And so if you have any issues with authority this week, I would just take it real easy and stay as calm as possible. Do those 3 deep breaths, right? If the boss calls you into the office and something happens, you're like, okay then. Well, I appreciate your input. Okay then. Breathe. All right, Aries. Hey, so let me know how your week works out. I'm here for you, and I'll be here for you next week. I wish you kindness, reverence, and gratitude. Thank you so much, Aries. Take care.